Welcome to Big B Daily. No frauds allowed.
Hello. Welcome back to the Big B Daily Show. This is Big B. How's it going, people? How is it going? We are live here on YouTube, live on TikTok. How are you guys doing today, man? Thanks for joining the show. Again, Big B Daily Show, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Time, live on TikTok, live on YouTube, or TikTok. People in there. What's going on, people? Again, if you are in, thank you. We're looking for 3,500 likes. Keep tapping the screen. We get more people in, get more interaction, and we're looking for 30 follows. So if you're in here and you're not following, please give me a follow, and then tap on that link. Find your way over to YouTube. Subscribe to Big B Sports Talk over on YouTube and join that chat. So let's get it going. Let's get it going, people. So I saw this story. I'm originally, as you guys know, a lot of you guys know, I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky. So I follow the Courier Journal, get the newspaper there. And I saw a story. Mark Stoops, the head coach at Kentucky, which, you know, I can't stand anything Kentucky, was talking about Georgia and was basically got on his radio show, his talk show, and we're trying to explain to his boosters and fans and followers that, hey, you all need to send more money and we can get some more players because Georgia, you can buy players now, and Georgia's bought some good players. Did any of y'all catch that? Did any of y'all happen to see that? I just thought that was one of the more tacky things that somebody could actually do. I mean, we all know what NIL is, transfer portal, NIL. We all know what college athletics are. And what I think is he's sour grapes because he doesn't get as much money as he would want compared to his basketball program and what they get. And first off, my thing is, if you want more money from your fans, then you need to get some better results. Find a way for better results. You know, get in an SEC championship game. Even if you don't win it, get in one. You know, and I know people will say, well, Georgia's good, but Georgia wasn't always that good. Georgia wasn't always that good. You remember when Missouri came to the conference, Missouri came over and went right into the SEC championship game. They went twice. So you can't tell me that Kentucky can't do that. You should be able to do that. So, and for him to tell his boosters to go put it in NIL, if I'm his boosters, I say, well, cut your salary in half and put that money in there. Do that every year. Why don't you do that? That's available. I mean, there's nothing saying that he can't cut his I don't know, his salary in half and dump it in there. It's his money. But I bet he's not going to do that, is he? But he'll ask for boosters to send more money. It's tacky. It's tacky. So, it's tacky. I just thought it was childish that somebody would do that. That come out and just basically say that Georgia's buying players. Well, it's legal. Everybody's buying players. So that's what you do now. So if you can get them, you get them. Come on, Stoops. And look, I think Stoops has done a hell of a job at Kentucky. Kentucky was even patient with him. They didn't fire him after 5 years, after his record was absolutely abysmal. But come on, man. Come on, man. Let's be better. Be better. Moving on. So we're hearing a lot of stuff about NFL teams, man, and what NFL teams are doing. It's going to be really, really heavy. The traffic's going to be heavy at the trade deadline, which is usually not in the NFL. And I think a lot of people are going to start tanking for Caleb Williams. I do. I think Minnesota, there's been so much talk today and the last few days about Minnesota. Justin Jefferson goes on the IR. They're 1-4. Kirk Cousins is not going to be their quarterback next year. He's not going to be. So trade these people and go get you a quarterback. I think Minnesota needs to tank. I think they need to tank. They could get rid of Cousins. They could get rid of Danielle Hunter. They could get rid of Osborne because you're not going to pay Osborne because you have Justin Jefferson and you just drafted Addison. So Osborne, who is a good third receiver, you're not paying that guy. You could get you some draft picks, and Minnesota's got an opportunity to retool their team and tank and go, even if it's not Caleb Williams, whoever. Now, if you have the opportunity, it should be Caleb Williams. But that's my thing. I think Minnesota has an opportunity. So the trade deadline this year is right around Halloween, right somewhere in that time frame. But yeah, the Vikings got to do something. And it's crazy because the Panthers stink, but they gave away their draft pick to take Bryce Young. They need offensive linemen. They're tanking, but they didn't mean to tank. That's the problem with Carolina. Their owners involved, having weekly meetings with football people. Frank Reich basically coming out and say, yeah, I don't like the meetings, but he's the owner, so you got to deal with it. Man, he already wants out. He already wants out. That's nuts. That's nuts. And TikTok saying that Vikings won't trade any significant player until after the season. Well, why would you trade them after the season? Those guys aren't going to be under contract. So you can't trade somebody that's not under contract. That doesn't make sense. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yes, you can't trade Cousins. He's not under contract. You can't trade Danielle Hunter or Osborne. They're not under contract. So what are you talking about? So yeah, this is Cousins last year. I mean, they got to figure some stuff out in Minnesota. They got to figure some stuff out. And again, man, thank you guys for joining the show. Big B Daily Show live Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. We are live here on TikTok, live on YouTube. TikTok, again, you're in here and you're not giving me a follow. Please give me a follow, man. And no need to apologize, brother. We're all in here just talking. We're talking sports. You don't have to apologize for anything. But if you say something that doesn't make sense, we'll call you out on it. Just like people call me out on it. But you don't have to apologize. It's all good. All good. But yeah, man, if you're in here on TikTok, please give me a follow if you're not. And then more importantly, click the link in my bio, man, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Big B Sports Talk. Shoot on over to YouTube and join that chat, man. That chat is great over there on YouTube. So I appreciate it. All right. Louisville looking good. Yes, we are. Yes, sir, we are. All right, people. We got our fantasy football guy in. Hot Soup Fantasy Football is joining the show. I know y'all were holding your fantasy questions. Y'all are on here he's on here every Wednesday. So I know y'all were holding your fantasy football questions. So he is going to join the show here and get this thing up and going. Hot Soup, what's going on, brother?
Man, what's going on, B? Y'all can see me. I'm live.
We can see you. You're
yes,
live.
Sir. You can hear me. Yes, sir, man.
Yes,
Everything
sir.
is good, bro. God bless.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Before we get into anything, I gave you some nonsense last week about your Bears. They got to win. Your Bears got to win last week. And you were trying to give me some nonsense, but do you know how you speak to me now, Hot Soup, when you describe the Steelers, the first place Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't say anything other than that. The first place Pittsburgh Steelers. I just wanted to throw that out there. I just wanted to throw it out there and see what's going on.
Man,
So
that sounds good, man. I know you feeling good over there, B.
I'm feeling
Uh,
good for another 2 weeks.
yeah, yes, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Y'all on that bye week this week.
That's right. I feel
Uh,
good for another 2 weeks.
Time for our boy Deontay Johnson to get back healthy, man. Get him back out there, man. Help pick it out, in that offense.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely, man. I got that guy in a lot of leagues. Deontay, man, I got him on IR right now, just chilling.
Just chilling.
The best thing I like about IR, to be honest with you, is we don't have to guess week in and week out if somebody's going to start, man. Aaron Jones killed a lot of people this week. Killed them.
Yeah, he
Killed them.
did.
Killed them the week before too, man. Like, so with the guessing game, man. But when they on IR, they don't bring them off IR until they are 100% ready to hit the field and running. And
Correct.
that showed with Cooper Kupp this week. Man. He came back, no setbacks. Is looking good, man. So for those who y'all who went out and drafted Cooper Kupp in your first and second round, man, you're looking like a hero right now. As long as you're 2-3, 3-2. Now we got a playoff push.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's get into it, man. There's some people on YouTube asking, do we take fantasy football questions? 100%. That's why my man is here.
Yes, sir.
So let's start it off. Let me ask this question. We didn't get to them last week. Running backs. Who is a good start and good sit this week? Give us two guys, good starts, good sits this week as far as running backs.
Raheem Mostert.
Yeah.
HN is hurt.
Yes.
Jeff Wilson, they're going to activate off of IR this week, but I don't see him taking a whole bunch of work in week one from Mostert. Mostert has been the man. HN has been even better than Mostert, but the fact he's gone, I think they like using Mostert. They're comfortable with him. He's comfortable in the offense. He's been out there for the first 5 weeks. They're not just going to throw Jeff Wilson in. So for those of you who are going to get Jeff Wilson, you need to give him a week or two, in my opinion. Yeah, he might be fully healthy, but they're not just going to throw him in over what Mostert's been putting down. He's also going against the second ranked the 31st ranked run defense in the league. So Mostert is going to be a sweet start this week for everybody.
Yes. Absolutely.
I also like DeAndre Swift this week going against the New York Jets. When the Eagles can control a game with the run, they stick with it. He's been getting a lot of volume, DeAndre Swift. I don't see them having to pass against the New York Jets too much. They're going to be up. So I see the Eagles rushing more this week. And I was also going to say to bench Devontae Smith. 3 games in a row, man. He's not really done anything. AJ Brown's been throwing up big numbers, and that defense against the receiver is tough. So they weak as hell against them running backs. So in my opinion, man, DeAndre Swift is the man you want to get. Eagles will be up. They're going to be rushing him to death. I think he has a top 5 week.
Gotcha.
Guys to stay away from, Derrick Henry this week is going against Baltimore. He's been ceding a lot of work to the Spears. I also see Baltimore being up in this game, meaning that they're not going to be running. They're going to be trying to pass more. Tannehill. So Derrick Henry would be a bench for me. Another guy would be a bench for me is Damian Pierce. Even though he's been getting the workload, he's going against New Orleans this week, man. And New Orleans defense against the run is super, super tough. So if I was y'all, if you had Damian Pierce, man, put him on your bench. The guy had, I think, 20 carries last week for 66 yards.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough sledding, man. If you're getting 20 carries, you need to have close to 100 yards and at least a touchdown, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is like Najee Harris numbers right there.
Yeah, man. Najee, Damian Pierce. Those Damian Pierce owners are pulling their hair out this year.
Yep, absolutely. And real quick, when should people throw in Jonathan Taylor? Because they've been sitting on Jonathan Taylor all year long. When should
So,
people throw him in?
So a lot of people threw Jonathan Taylor in this last week because I saw Zach. Not only I dropped Zach Moss in 10 of my 12 leagues I had him in. I went back and got him in another 4. So I got Zach in 6. He's not a must start because we really don't know. But the fact that you don't know, if you have a running back on your bench that you do know is going to get you 15, 20 touches, put
Right.
them in. Don't be stupid. Put in Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss goes off for another, 150 yards and a touch. And there's the reason I'm saying that is Zach Moss has been with them through the entire preseason, and he has been doing his thing for the last 5 weeks.
Correct.
Why are we going to just throw Jonathan Taylor in when he hasn't really been running? He hasn't been doing anything with the team, right?
Correct.
So in saying that, this is his preseason.
Yes.
So he's gonna, and you just paid him $46 million. Are you just gonna throw him? He has to get acclimated to getting hit again, like playing real life football, in my opinion. So why would I throw my $46 million out there to get hurt? Because we just throw him out there for 25 plus touches, and he hasn't been used to getting that. The body's not acclimated to it yet. So in my opinion, Zach Moss would be another start this week, and I wouldn't put Jonathan Taylor out. Maybe deploy him next week, or when he shows us, hey, now is the time they're going to let the reins off, like they said about Breece Hall.
Gotcha. Well, let's get to some questions here, man. I'm going to pull up some questions over here on YouTube, and let's get to it. So you can see the questions, correct?
Yes, I can. I just traded Tutu Atwell, Burks, good, and Everett for Josh Downs, Derek Carr, and Jonnu Smith. I like the trade. Number 1, Tutu Atwell has been phased out. Obviously, Cooper Kupp coming back. You're not gonna not put Puka on the field. Higbee, Kyron Williams. Tutu is the number 5 to go to. So he's been phased out. Burks, he's not. He hasn't been. Who is Burks, right? Treylon Burks, man. What he hasn't done anything.
No.
They're going D hop. Tannehill is going D hop every rip.
Yep.
And Everett also. He is not going to get any work at all, man.
No.
Kupp is back. Like, I can understand if Kupp was hurt still, then and he still wasn't doing nothing when Kupp was hurt. So yeah, they were going Tutu Atwell and the rookie. So that's a great trade because Josh Downs is headed upwards. You got Minshew, who is very, very capable of passing for 300 yards. He's one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. Yeah, he might make a mistake or two. He's a gunslinger, but you got to like a gunslinger because they can throw up 300 plus games easy and touchdowns, man. And, there are a lot of options out there. Now you got Jonathan Taylor back. The run game takes the pressure off the quarterback. So Josh Downs is way better than Tutu Atwell at this point. Derek Carr, you got yourself a quarterback. I'm not saying how well he's going to do. I know he's been injured recently. But Jonnu Smith is definitely going to be a better option than Everett, and he has showed us this for the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Got it.
So yeah, man, 20-man league. Oh my God. Yeah, you came up, brother. You came up.
Yeah, that's 20-man league is too much.
Yes.
That's too much.
Yeah,
that's too much. All right, let's see the next one. Nope, that's not it. No, yeah, it is. Do I trade Saquon, Gus Edwards, and Hunter Henry and Amari Cooper for Kupp and Derrick Henry?
Whoa.
I mean, that's a lot.
Please, man, hold on. Saquon Barkley, Gus Edwards, Hunter Henry, and Amari Cooper for Cooper. Heck no.
Yeah, that's too much.
Heck no. Number 1, Saquon Barkley is worth more than Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Off tops. And then Gus Edwards is like blah. He's 5 points. He's 5 to 8 points for you weekly. If he scores, he's going to get you 13. That's his high ceiling. 13 points for Gus Edwards. He doesn't get any catches. Yeah, man. I'm telling Amari Cooper and you get Hunter Henry. Saquon, listen, man. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
That doesn't sound like a good trade to me.
Yeah,
man.
don't sound like a good trade to me either. I'm saying Derrick Henry, the fact Derrick Henry was in it. If it was another running back in there, it could make some sense. But Derrick Henry, nah.
Yeah, exactly. Golf Hawk, my man, Golf Hawk has a question. Start St. Louis, Sam Laporta tight end, or Mark Andrews? Week
Mm.
6, Joe Burrow or Justin Fields?
Mm.
So we got starter sit,
Okay.
Laporta or
So
Andrews.
number one, I want to talk about Justin Fields versus Minnesota right now. Minnesota sucks against the quarterback. Justin Fields is coming off of 2 huge games. Yeah, I'm a Bear fan, but if I wasn't a Bear fan and I was a fan of another team, I would say start Justin Fields.
There you
His
go.
ceiling is through the roof right now. He leads the league in touchdown passes. He is like second or third in yards thrown, and he hasn't even started running yet. I mean, that's a no-brainer for me over Joe Burrow right now. Now, not to say Joe ain't getting hot. And I told
Correct.
everybody, Joe will get hot in week 5. I said it. He has to go through week 1 through 4 was his preseason.
Right.
Okay. And he hadn't been doing anything in the first 4 weeks of the preseason because of that injury. So
Correct.
I told everybody, man, you're gonna have to hold on Joe Burrow. Once week 5 hit, he's gonna be off and flying. And sure enough, 3 touchdowns last week to your boy Jamar Chase. I said the same thing about Chase them as well, because they are going to be as good as their quarterback play.
Correct.
Justin Fields over Joe Burrow all day. Mark Andrews versus Sam Laporta. Look, that's a tough one, because Sam Laporta right now is a big factor in Detroit. He's a huge factor in Detroit. And Amon St. Brown is still nursing an injury.
Yes.
They just got the other guy, Kid Williams, back on the field, Jameson. Jamar Gibbs is hurt. You know, they've been running the rock. If they're not running the rock, Sam Laporta would be the target, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
And Mark Andrews in my opinion, Mark Andrews has a higher ceiling just because he's the best target in that pass game. Zay Flowers is making a push, but Mark Andrews is the number 1 over there, and Sam Laporta is not the number 1. It's Amon St. Brown. So I go Mark Andrews. If I was thinking, that's how I would think.
Gotcha. Let's see. TikTok doesn't have any fantasy questions as of yet. Yeah, they're talking college football over there. So let's keep going with YouTube. Rate my 20-man PPR team. Russ, JT, Aaron Jones, Tyreek, Kirk, Komet. A 20-man league is too hard to rate.
If you're in a 20-man league and you have the people that are on, you're going to win.
Yeah.
Look at his team. You got Russ. Russ is what, number 6 right now, overall quarterback. Yes. You got JT. He's gonna open up, give him about week 8, and it's a wrap. Aaron Jones, once he gets healthy, it's a wrap. PPR. My God, he's gonna be a beast, man. That's Love's security blanket. And I called for a start for Jordan Love. And as soon as I found out Aaron Jones was gone, that just makes the defense just focus on straight Love. You don't really have to focus on Dylan. Nope. Aaron Jones is a game changer. Tyreek Hill, like, come on, stop playing. How'd you get this team? That would be my question.
He got bad people
Christian
in his
Kirk,
league.
yeah. Who else? Who were you drafting with?
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We do got a question over here. TikTok's starting to pick up. They get it. As a flex, Debo or Chris Godwin? Ooh.
That's a good question, man. Oh man, hold on. Let me go see who they hold up. I got you. I'm gonna make it quick too.
Debo. I'm out on Debo, man. I'm out on Debo. I'm just not a believer.
The Detroit-Tampa game to me is going to be high scoring.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I go with Godwin. Evans is hurt right now. He's nursing an injury. So Godwin's going to be the number 1 over there for that week. Debo Samuel is playing the number. Oh, yeah. Nope. They're playing Cleveland. Cleveland's defense is number 1 against the receiver. That's enough said. I benched Debo this week.
Yes.
You heard it. Yeah, you heard it from Hasu.
There you
Godwin
go.
all day.
There you go. What else we got? Over here on TikTok, somebody says Diggs and Kamara for Travis, Bijan, and Olave.
Hold on. Stephon Diggs and Alvin Kamara in a PPR for who?
Travis, Bijan,
Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
Bijan?
I'm guessing. He says Travis, and that's the only Travis I can think of.
Travis, Bijan, and who?
And Olave. I would think that's
I'm taking it
every day.
I'm taking it. I want the 3. I'll
Yes.
give you my 2. I'm taking those 3.
I don't even know why you asked that question, to be honest. You should have taken that as soon as it got offered to you.
My God. That's a whole extra player, man.
A whole extra player. A whole extra player.
Travis Kelce's number one. He goes before everybody on that list.
Yes. Yes. Kirk or Palmer flex?
Curtis Samuel or Palmer?
No, Kirk. Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk or who?
Palmer.
Oh, Christian Kirk all day.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Don't
He's
forget
starting to
Eckler.
get
Don't
more
forget
into
Eckler's
the
back,
offense.
man. But Palmer will be like the number 3 or 4 over there in that target in that offense.
Gotcha. See,
Hot
look,
soup, motherfucker. Thanks, bro.
they thanking you, brother. I told you that's why we love having you on here, man. This is big. This is serious business.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, Tua or Josh Allen this week?
Ooh, hold up. Man, it's hard to bench Josh Allen, bro. Plus,
It is.
I think Miami gonna be rushing that rock this week. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, Josh Allen, bro. Josh Allen's playing New York Giants.
Yes.
He got a chip on his shoulder right now. I feel like he was, high in the regards of the fantasy world and just NFL period. And I feel like, people start throwing shots at him like he's not this, he's not that. I feel like he got a chip on his shoulder, man. He's throwing that rock. Gabe Davis is going to get it. He can stretch the field. Stephon Diggs. He got 2 receivers that can stretch the field, man.
Mm-hmm.
They got a capable running game, and he don't even have to use it. Plus, a lot better on his feet. I'm taking Josh Allen.
Got it. I like it. Let's see what else we got over here on TikTok. It's starting to pick up over here. I think they got the memo. I appreciate it too.
Yes, sir.
Man,
come check me and Big B out, man, every Wednesday. I answer all your fantasy questions.
Absolutely. Again, every Wednesday, Hot Soup Fantasy Football. He's on TikTok. He's on YouTube.
Go check me out on YouTube.
Go subscribe.
Yeah, yep. Go like and subscribe.
Let's see here. Who are we buying low and selling high on right now?
Sell high.
I think people missed the window on Kirk Cousins. You could have sold high on Kirk Cousins, and now that Jefferson's out, you're not going to be able to do it anymore.
Yeah, well, now,
I mean, Addison.
In my opinion, Kurt's a gunslinger. He
is.
I mean, they have Addison and Osborne over there. Osborne has always been a great receiver when given given
an opportunity.
Yeah, man, and he has rapport with Cousins.
He does.
Now, I think that offense may fall off a little bit, but not much. Let me see. Buy high. Who would I buy high on right now?
No, buy low.
Oh, buy low.
Buy low and sell high. Somebody said buy low on Burrow. You can't get Burrow for low.
No, Burrow's over with. They missed the Burrow train. They missed the Burrow train.
Yeah,
bro.
You missed that. You missed it.
They missed the Burrow train. Man, y'all got me caught up on this one. I'd have to go do a little studying.
Now, here's another question, and I live here in Dallas. You know that, so I've been hearing it all week. Is it time to give up on CeeDee Lamb?
Never, man. He's too explosive. If you're an NFL team, an NFL offensive coordinator, and you guys are failing, you got to go to your top receiver and your quarterback and say, hey, man, we got to find out how to fix this, right? They do look terrible. Dak's been playing like boo-boo.
Yes.
Tony Pollard he's a shell of himself from last year.
Shell of himself.
But this is his first time with that role. So, he was always coming in when the defense was tired of Zeke beating him up and just, and running wild.
And that's a miss by the Dallas Cowboys. Pollard's not built for that role. Yeah. He's not built for 25, 30 carries a game or touches a game. He's not built for that.
They thought they could live off that defense, man, and they're being exposed right now.
They're being exposed.
But in my opinion, man, CeeDee Lamb has got to get started. I'm not – now, that would be somebody that you could buy low on right now, CeeDee Lamb.
What about DJ Moore? Somebody on TikTok says sell high on DJ Moore. I don't know if he's high just yet. He's just getting going, but I think he's getting high.
Listen, I'm a Bears fan, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be a little pressed to say that you better not trade DJ Moore
No,
at all, man. Keep him
not
on your
now.
team. He is
Yes,
hot. He is feeling himself, and so is
yes,
Jay Fields, man. And I feel like, it just took a little time for that continuity to get together, man. It's together, man. DJ Moore is what I saw last week, I didn't think that we had that. And we
right.
got that, man. And I wouldn't I wouldn't trade DJ Moore for anybody.
No, I wouldn't
So
either.
yeah,
I like what they got going on.
yeah.
I like what they got going on.
And it's not like it's another receiver over there gonna be stealing looks from you. He
No,
is the target. Him and Komet.
nope. Let's see. That was Justin Fields' future. We don't need to ask that. Stafford or Burrow this week?
Stafford.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Stafford. You heard it. You heard it here. Stafford's top 5 this week. He will be on my top 5 starts for the week, man. Got to get you some Matthew Stafford. If he's on the the waiver wires, he's only on just 2 days ago. He was only on in 53% leagues. That means that 47% of leagues, almost half the leagues out there, have him on their waiver wire, man. Go get Matthew Stafford. Get rid of Trevor Lawrence, somebody like that for Stafford all day right now. I said it.
Gotcha. What else we got? No, that's not it.
I said, should I trade Deshaun Watson for Justin Fields? Heck yes.
Deshaun Watson for Justin Fields.
Heck yes.
I don't see the Deshaun Watson. He's got to get it back, man. He
Yeah.
had one game. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
He's had one game. He has completely fallen off.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's true. It's
Nick
just
Chubb
true.
hurt. Nick Chubb, the loss of Nick Chubb hurt him.
Yeah, it did.
It
Yeah,
did.
it did.
They're focusing on him more now instead of, they ain't got to focus on Chubb. Jerome Ford is decent, but he's no Nick Chubb.
Gotcha. So here's a question here. I traded Brees Hall, Madison, Parker, Chark, and Amon. My gosh. For Hill, Aaron Jones, Kirk, and Everett. Then I just traded for Downs, drafted JT second round.
Man,
I don't know if I like that first trade.
I don't. I traded
Yeah.
maybe a couple weeks ago, but
Yeah.
after we seeing what Brees Hall's about to do when they say, "Hey, you have no snap count, kid. We're going to give you the
Yeah.
ball 25 times. What are you going to do with it?"
And
I mean,
Madison looks
we
like he's
seen what he did
figured
with
something
10
out.
carries in a game this year.
Yeah.
They gave that man 25 carries. Man, that man went nuts. And their
He went
offense
nuts.
is not that good.
No.
It is he what that says to me is he is that good.
Yeah.
So if you just traded for Brees Hall,
Yeah.
or you just traded Brees Hall away and Matson, Parker, who's that? Devontae? Is that Devontae Parker?
I would
Shark
assume.
and Amon St. Brown?
You gave too much away, man.
You gave too much away.
And I know it's for Tyreek. I don't care. You gave too much away.
It is for Reek. It is for Reek. But Brees Hall is better than Aaron Jones. He getting Aaron Jones, but Aaron Jones injuries.
I was just gonna say Aaron Jones is hurt.
He hasn't played a full season ever.
Yeah, he's beat up.
Yeah.
And Madsen is starting to figure it out.
Yeah.
He's starting to figure it out a little bit. So,
but they have that's a guy that I would sell.
Madsen?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's getting 50% of the snap share. Cam Akers is taking a lot away from him.
He is.
And he is another situation that we were just talking about. Like he wasn't Dalvin Cook, bro. Madsen always used to serve like Tony Pollard, right? But now we gave him the main role, and he's just not as good as he used to be, or as he used to look when he used to come in and spell out your boy Dalvin Cook. So,
gotcha.
Madsen, I like him, and I have him in like 2 leagues, but I would try to sell him right now.
I gotcha. 2 more questions, man, and I'm going to get you out of here. First one, Kirk Cousins or Baker Mayfield this week? People are sleeping on Baker,
I can't even believe in week 5 that I'm even thinking about this. I'd have been said Cousins quick, but it depends on how healthy Mike Evans is.
I got you.
There it is.
I got you. Because Baker is
how healthy Mike Evans. If Mike Evans is healthy, man, start Baker.
Yeah.
I said it. I can't believe I said it.
He's playing well, man. He's playing well.
Baker.
And then
Oh, it
the
sounds so
next one
crazy.
was somebody said well, that's a crazy trade. DeAndre Swift and Mike Evans for Kelsey. You have to do that.
DeAndre
If
Swift.
you're on the other end.
If you're wanting to get Kelsey, you're gonna have to give up more than just
I
Mike
was
Evans.
just
Yeah,
gonna say,
yeah,
whoever's
you
on
got
that
to give up
end is
two.
not
You
being
got to,
smart enough.
yeah, that got to be a package.
So,
And you know, I see a lot. I see Kelsey in a lot of trades because people are scared about the knee,
or the ankle, yes.
or the ankle. Is it ankle? Yeah, ankle. Yeah, man. So you know, the injury, I understand it. I understand it. You know, selling while he high. I understand
But
it.
it's crazy because people
But you
should
make
wait.
sure if you trade away Kelsey that y'all get something good for it. I'm talking about two
Yeah,
players, right?
yeah. Good players.
Good players.
Because even if Kelsey doesn't play Thursday, which I don't think that he's gonna, then they have a bye week.
Gets
And
healthy.
he has all that time. He'll be back. I don't think you give up on Kelsey like that. I just don't. You just got to ride it out. You got to ride it out.
I've been trying to make trades for Aaron Jones, man. I want Aaron Jones. He's on the bye week.
Gotcha.
I feel like he's gonna come back, man, super healthy and ready.
Well, all
I
right,
mean,
man.
when he's healthy, man, he's the man.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you joining us here, man. Again, I know you come on every Wednesday. Tell the people again where you're at, Hot Soup.
Man, we on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Come check me out on YouTube. Subscribe, like, follow me. I'm on there weekly. Top 5 starts, top 5 sits. We go through waivers. I told you so. I always have a show I put up. Like I told you about my top 5 starts this week. Look who this person did good. This person blew up. This person blew up. This person blew up. Love that show. Yeah, man, I do some drafts, some big ball draft or best ball drafts, where we go live and just talk about who I think's hot this week, who I think's not this week. So
Sure.
yeah, man, check it out.
All right, man. Well, thank you for joining. We will see you next Wednesday, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, have a good one.
All right, B.
That again is our man, our fantasy football guru, Hot Soup Fantasy Football. The man is in 20 leagues every year and has been for the last 15 years. He knows his fantasy football stuff like the back of his hand, man. Like the back of his hand. So I appreciate y'all participating, man. Thank you for the questions. He loves it. I love it. So let's get back into it. So I did have a question. Somebody was asking me earlier about Jonathan Taylor and why would the Colts pay him? And then I heard yesterday on First Take, Shannon Sharp kind of had the same thoughts that I did. It's like, you didn't pay Jonathan Taylor all this time. You have all these bad things to say about him. You get a running back that is on your team, is the number 3 rusher in the National Football League, and then all of a sudden you decide to pay Jonathan Taylor after you see what you already have. It just doesn't make sense to me. It literally doesn't make sense. You have Zach Moss. He's performing well. If you didn't want to pay Jonathan Taylor at the beginning of the year, why do you want to pay him now? It just doesn't make sense. Oh, my gosh. Oh, and I get it. There's people, Colt fan over here. I get it, my man, that they're being competitive. But even if they weren't, it doesn't make sense. It literally doesn't make sense to me. So, and maybe I'm looking at it wrong. And if I am, y'all tell me I'm wrong. So, and it doesn't matter if Zach Moss is a free agent this year, and I get that. You could have signed Zach Moss for less money than what you're giving Jonathan Taylor. So, I don't know. Whatever. I may be wrong. What else we got? What else do we got? Again, man, thank you guys for joining the show. Again, Big B Daily Show, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Time. Live on TikTok, live on YouTube. TikTok, you got to keep tapping the screen, man. We're behind. 3,500 likes and 30 follows. Keep tapping the screen so we can get some more people in here, people. Doo-doo-doo-doo. You think we could get this? Who do the Colts got this weekend? Who do they play? How do I feel about my Louisville Cardinals? I love it. I'm nervous about this week, though, at Pitt. I'm nervous about this week at Pitt. It makes me nervous. Big win. They rushed the field. We moved sky high up in the polls, going on the road against a team that we should blow out. I'm nervous. Colts, can they beat Jacksonville? Yeah. I don't think they will. At some point, doesn't Jacksonville got to get going? Or do we just say Jacksonville's not as good as we thought? I think this is one of them weeks. To either we say Jacksonville's not as good as we thought they were going to be, or Jacksonville's getting it going. That win over Buffalo might have kickstarted their season. We'll see. So the Jags already went to Indy and won once. And then let me ask y'all this question, Indy fan or just people in general. What do y'all think about Anthony Richardson? I mean, 3 of the 4 games that the guy's played, he's been knocked out of. And now he's going to be out. I think Richardson's going to be out the rest of the year. Because they're saying wait 4 weeks to see if he needs surgery, which basically means he needs surgery. They're just trying to wait 4 weeks and maybe it possibly heals, but no, he's going to need surgery. Man, it could be the only blessing that comes out of that is that actually there isn't, because you can't work on any mechanics or lower body mechanics if your shoulder's hurt. So there's literally no blessing. Nothing. Because it's like I was saying before, Richardson he always knew where to go with the football. He's great at the whiteboard. He knows where to go with the football. It's just his mechanics caused him to be so inaccurate. That's all. So if he can fix his lower body mechanics, I'm telling you, he's the best quarterback out of that draft. If he doesn't, then we'll see. And yes, even better than CJ Stroud. Let's see. What do we got here? My man MNG Sinister. The only thing I can come up with is the Colts feel Taylor will outperform Zach Moss in the long run. You may be right about that. It's tough, though, to just put the third leading rusher in the National Football League and tell him he's got to sit on the bench and start getting 8 to 10 carries. Not even 10. Probably more like 8. Ew. That's tough. Yeah, they got to shut Richardson down. You're exactly right, Austin. They got to shut Richardson down, which he needs surgery. That's all it means. If you're telling me you got to wait 4 weeks and then we'll reevaluate you to see if you need surgery, it's basically your first doctor has told you need surgery now. And now they're just going to wait to see if possibly swelling goes down and it settles down. But I don't think he's going to play the rest of the year, which is bad. Which is bad. Irsay is weird about injury reports. Well, you can't really cheat the injury report. Are the Dodgers toast? Yes. Yes, the Dodgers are finished. And Dave Roberts won't have a job before he gets into the clubhouse after the game. He will be fired. Richardson is greater than Lamar could be one of the dumber statements I've seen on TikTok today. But that's just today. Somebody said, stop yapping and answer your comments. And they are no longer in here. Start Hopkins or Gabe Davis? I say Hopkins. I say Hopkins. I say Hopkins. Gabe Davis is so hit or miss. He is so hit or miss. I still say the Braves, man. I still like the Braves. I still like the Braves. You drafted Richardson for his running ability. You can't just take that out of the playbook. Yeah, you can. You can minimize it. And if you drafted a quarterback to run him, then you drafted him for the wrong reasons. So, no Phillies? No. The Phillies had their chance and they blew it by blowing that lead the other day. While I don't think Atlanta goes to Philly and wins 2 games, I think they'll win 1, and then they go back to Atlanta and they close out the series. How much will USC beat Notre Dame by? I think the game's going to be close. I actually think Notre Dame wins. I think Notre Dame actually wins that game. All right. Flex London or Justice Hill? I'd say London. I know it was 1 game and Ritter is Ritter, but I still like London. I still like London. So, I still like London. What else you all got, man? Texas closed out the series yesterday. So, living here in Dallas, that was good. Washington or Oregon, big game this weekend. Y'all know I picked Washington to win the Pac-12 at the beginning of the year. So I'm not going to back off of it. The game's in Seattle. We do Big B bets on Friday. That'll be one of the games we pick. So stay tuned. But I think that might be the game of the weekend, college football. That might be the game of the weekend in college football. I like this time of year. College football starting to heat up. These conference games are starting to heat up. So, Sam Howell, I'm not a Sam Howell guy. I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer. Never have been, never will be. I'm not a believer. Let's see. Justice Hill or Algier? I have to say Justice Hill. Can the Raiders make the playoffs? I mean, anything is possible, but they're not going to make the playoffs. So, now here's a comment from my man, Houston Davis. Caleb is overhyped. Caleb Williams is overhyped. I don't see how you come to that conclusion other than to stir up controversy. Because how is he overhyped? I mean, does anybody else think Caleb Williams is overhyped? Because I think he's pretty good. Yeah. Caleb Williams is overhyped. I don't know what that even means. Drake May is not better than Caleb Williams. Drake May is not better than Caleb Williams. He's just not. He's just not. Caleb Williams is the best quarterback to come out of this draft. He's the best quarterback to come out of this draft. So, and I like Drake May, but he's not better than Caleb Williams. So, now here's a question. Guess on who the first coach fired is and when. Well, I thought it was going to be Uberfluss if they lost to the Commanders, which they won. So, Michael Penix and Drake May are not better than Caleb Williams. And now you're just, I got a question if you know football. I got a question if you know football at this point. Because Michael Penix throws the wide open. Michael Penix is a good college quarterback. He throws the wide open receivers because his receivers are NFL receivers. But his style of play and throwing deep down the field to wide open guys, when does that ever happen in the NFL? That ain't happening like that. I mean, it's not going to be the same. So, no. Penix is not better than Caleb Wood, not even remotely close. It's crazy talk. We don't do clickbait, man. We don't do clickbait. Ron Rivera, as far as the next coach getting fired, I said the same thing at the beginning of the year. I said the same thing of Rivera at the beginning of the year. So, but I don't know. Daboll's not getting fired. Now, Frank Reich is trying to get fired, it seems like. Did y'all hear what he had to say? Frank Reich looks like he's wanting to get fired, talking about he doesn't like the meetings because the owner has weekly meetings with him and he doesn't like them and they're tough meetings. But since he's the owner, you got to deal with it. I'm like, man, I don't get it. It looks like he's asking to get fired. So, and Staley, Staley's the worst coach in the NFL. And I thought he was going to get fired, but they ended up winning that game. They might have righted the ship a little bit for the Chargers. So we'll see. But Daboll's not getting fired. He was just the coach last year. And I agree with you. Frank Reich was the problem in Indy. How he got another head coaching job, I have no idea. He thought that Carson Wentz was going to be the savior for the Colts. And then Matt Ryan. Come on, man. What are you talking about? How did Frank Reich get another job? My goodness. In NFL, just recycling coaches. It's incredible. Like Ron Rivera. What did Ron Rivera ever do to get another coaching job? Would they make the playoffs in Carolina like twice? They went to a Super Bowl. I mean, he's like Jeff Fisher. Jeff Fisher coached 17 years in the NFL. They went to the playoffs 4 times. What? Oh, man. Arthur Smith isn't a good coach, but they don't have that great of a roster, and they're doing okay. I don't talk NHL, man, and the reason being because I don't know anything about it. So, what I think of Wemby and Chet last night, it was the night before. We talked about it. We talked about it yesterday. I like it. I mean, both of them only weigh 200 pounds combined. So, once they put on some grown man strength, add 25 to 30 pounds of muscle, but I like it. Those two can play. Those two can absolutely play. So, they absolutely can play. All right, people. We're going to shut this one down for today. Thank you guys again. Big B Daily Show, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Time, live on TikTok, live on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining the chat. And if you're on YouTube or if you're on TikTok, remember to follow me. If you're not following me, please give me a follow and then click the link in my bio, my YouTube link. Subscribe to YouTube, Big B Sports Talk over there. And come join the chat over on YouTube, man. It's fun. More interactive. So thank you guys, and I will holler at you later. I'll see you tomorrow.